Xiaomi Mi 10 seemed to fit all the criteria of a premium flagship. The display could impress many people. This phone have a 6.67-inch OLED touchscreen with HDR10+ support and a screen refresh rate of 90Hz to make content and motion look a bit smoother. Screen curves at the edges, and there is also a punch hole cutout camera in the top left of the display. The Xiaomi Mi 10 used the top-end Snapdragon 865 chipset coupled with 12GB of RAM and 256GB of storage. That chipset has an adjacent 5G modem. One of the most important features of the Xiaomi Mi 10 is the 108-megapixel main camera, which takes fantastic picture and supports 8K video recording like the Samsung Galaxy S20 series. There's also a 13-megapixel ultra-wide camera, a 2-megapixel macro snapper, and a 2-megapixel depth sensor. All of these different lenses work smoothly and delivers stunning picture quality. When capturing still images, target exposure is stable and accurate. Further, Xiaomi has improved the dynamic range over the last year's phones. It have a 20-megapixel front-facing camera too, which is a pretty decent resolution for the selfie snapper. Pictures are good enough for the price range. In terms of battery, the Xiaomi Mi 10 actually has the larger power pack than the Mi 10 Pro with a 4780 mAh battery capacity, so the Mi 10 will likely last a bit longer. It has 30W fast charging, 30W wireless charging and 10W reverse wireless charging, which lets you use the device as a wireless power mat for other devices. The Galaxy S71 5G brings an excellent amount of upgrades over its predecessor. This device is a pleasure to hold and use. The display is a 6.7-inch AMOLED panel. The display is beautiful as well. All the AMOLED awesomeness is present, such as vivid colors with the option to switch to a more natural look, deep blacks, wide viewing angles and excellent brightness levels. Thanks to the Infinity O screen, the bezels have been reduced and the punch hole for the front camera looks better than the U-shaped camera cutout we saw on the Galaxy S70's display. The S71 5G is sleek and light. There's plastic on the back, but the phone feels premium while not being slippery as a phone with a glass back. The in-display optical fingerprint sensor has been improved as well. It's much quicker and more accurate than last year, even more so than theoretically superior ultrasonic in-display sensor on Samsung's flagships. Naturally, facial recognition is supported and it works well most of the time. It is powered by Exynos 980 chipset coupled with 6 or 8GB of RAM depending on the variant you buy. Performance in day-to-day use is excellent. There's barely any stutter or lag, and all of the graphically intensive gaming titles run well. This phone have quad rear camera setup. The Galaxy S71 5G 64-megapixel primary camera takes 16-megapixel photos using pixel binning, and when the lighting is right, you get really beautiful pictures. There's a lot of detail in daylight shots and good dynamic range. Color reproduction is also faithful to real life in most cases. Nighttime shots come out noisy or grainy, although the dedicated night mode tends to focus on increasing the detail in dark objects rather than controlling noise levels. The 12-megapixel ultra-wide camera takes better photos than the A70 was capable of, at least in terms of the detail captured. The A71 also has a 5-megapixel macro camera, which is a great addition to this setup, and the last one is 5-megapixel depth sensor. You can record 4K video at 30 fps and 1080p super slow-mo video at 960 fps. On the front, there is a single 32-megapixel camera for selfies, which delivers great picture quality. It is powered by a 4500 mAh battery with 25W fast charging support. It has impressive battery life and can get you up to 2 days on a single charge with light uses on Wi-Fi and a little mobile data, and a full day if you are a heavy user who tends to play games, watch YouTube videos and do other power-intensive things on their phone. If you travel a lot, the A71 has excellent endurance even when used as a hotspot. Realme X50 Pro 5G is the second flagship smartphone by the company after the X2 Pro. Realme X50 Pro features an aluminum glass sandwich design with a layer of Gorilla Glass 5 both on the front and back. It is a bit smaller than the X2 Pro but slightly heavier due to a bigger battery and new processor. The rear panel of the phone has a OnePlus 7-like smooth matte finish that feels good in the hand. Realme X50 Pro features a 6.44-inch Full HD Plus resolution Super AMOLED screen with dual punch hole cutouts for two front-facing cameras. This gives the screen a 20:9 aspect ratio, which is decent for watching videos or movies on the phone. The display has a 90Hz high refresh rate, which means that you will notice smoother transitions while scrolling, browsing, watching videos or playing games. The screen is also certified for HDR10+ playback. There is a wide range of options available to make the screen more comfortable to view. Realme X50 Pro is powered by a state-of-the-art Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 chipset with an octa-core CPU and Adreno 650 GPU. This flagship processor is 25% faster and more efficient than the previous generation chipsets. It is also the first smartphone in India to ship with Snapdragon 865 5G chipset. This is further supported by a 6GB/8GB/12GB RAM. Realme X50 Pro uses an upgraded vapor cooling system for the thermal management with faster heat dissipation across 6 layers of graphite sheet, vapor chamber, copper foil and silica. This helps the phone sustain peak performance when playing graphics-intensive games for hours. We played a bunch of different games on it such as Call of Duty Mobile, PUBG Mobile, Asphalt 9 and so on. This phone can easily power all the major titles that you can think of without breaking a sweat. Realme X50 Pro features a quad camera setup which consists of a primary 64 megapixel camera that uses Samsung GW1 sensor with an 1.8 aperture, another 12 megapixel telephoto lens with 20x hybrid zoom, an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens with an 119 degree field of view, and finally a 2 megapixel monochrome lens for portrait mode. On the front there's a pair of selfie cameras with a 32 megapixel Sony IMX616 sensor and an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens with a 105 degree field of view. The cameras on the X50 Pro are capable of recording 4K video at 30 fps, full HD slow motion videos at 120 fps, real-time bokeh video and more. Realme X50 Pro has a decent set of cameras that are versatile. The cameras are capable of making sharp and detailed pictures with close to natural colors. The dynamic range is also decent and there are features like Chroma Boost to increase the saturation and vibrancy in pictures. Realme X50 Pro comes with a 4200 mAh battery with support for 65W Super Dart charging and 18W power delivery charging. This is an even speedier fast charging standard than the one we have seen on the Realme X2 Pro, and the company claims that their Super Dart solution is capable of topping up the phone from 0% to 100% in just 30 minutes. Realme X50 Pro is a really powerful smartphone packing in the latest and greatest with Snapdragon 865 chip from Qualcomm. It fulfills the Xiaomi Poco F2 Pro brings back the pop-up front-facing camera, which we haven't seen much of in 2020 compared to 2019. This ensures the 6.67-inch AMOLED screen isn't broken up by any notches. Poco F2 Pro features an almost completely bezel-less display, with the company quoting an 87.2% screen-to-body ratio. It offers 180Hz touch sampling for better gaming. The display does deliver HDR10+ support. The chipset in here is the Snapdragon 865 paired with 6 or 8GB of RAM depending on the variation. This is the top-end processor available to Android phones at this time, and that should ensure great processing speeds. You will have no trouble playing games in this device. The Poco F2 Pro is also a 5G phone. Poco F2 Pro is made for the gaming enthusiasts in mind, with a massive cooling system, a large multi-layer graphite, and 9 built-in temperature sensors. It intelligently predicts and controls its internal temperature, ensuring sustained peak performance even when you are playing games for long hours. There are 4 rear cameras on the phone consisting of a 64 megapixel main, 5 megapixel telephoto, 13 megapixel ultra wide and 2 megapixel macro snapper. But there are a few camera features that might impress, including 8K video recording and a macro shooting mode on the telephoto lens as well as the dedicated macro lens. It can record 8K video at 30 fps and 960 fps super slow-mo video at 1080p resolution. It sports a motorized pop-up 20 megapixel selfie camera on the front. The Poco F2 Pro features a 4700 mAh battery with 30W fast charging support that charges the phone fully in just 63 minutes. The Galaxy Note 10 Lite is the most affordable version of the Galaxy Note 10. It features the same S Pen that debuted with the Galaxy Note 9. The Galaxy Note 10 Lite doesn't have a flagship grade AMOLED display, but still it's pretty good. The screen has the usual AMOLED strengths, wide viewing angles, deep blacks and vivid colors. The Galaxy Note 10 Lite's front side is covered with a 6.7-inch Infinity O display with a punch hole in the center and tiny bezels. Since it isn't a flagship phone, the Note 10 Lite's bezels are slightly bigger at the top and bottom than the bezels on the Note 10 Plus. It may not look as pretty as the Galaxy S10 Lite, but the Note 10 Lite does have something much more useful to make up for it, a headphone jack. Now let's talk about the S Pen. Samsung's stylus has remained unmatched by the competition in the 9 years since it was introduced with the first Galaxy Note. The S Pen has been an excellent tool for taking notes and unleashing your artistic side, and the Note 10 Lite brings you the exact same stylish experience as the Galaxy Note 10 at a more affordable price. The Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Lite is powered by the Exynos 9810 chipset, not the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 chipset like the Galaxy S10 Lite. This smartphone is available in two variants. The base variant has 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, and 8GB of RAM and the same 128GB of storage. The camera module on the Galaxy Note 10 Lite is made of three 12-megapixel cameras. The primary one has an 1.7 aperture as well as an optical image stabilization. The wide-angle camera has an 2.2 aperture and the telephoto camera has an 2.4 aperture. At the front, there is a 32-megapixel shooter with a 2.2 aperture. The camera app will be familiar to Samsung users, and there are multiple shooting modes including food, night, super slow-mo and a pro mode. Photos taken in the day had good details. The wide-angle camera delivers the same color tone as the primary camera, which is a good thing. However, you will notice distortion at the edges of the wide-angle photos. These shots were also low on details. Video recording maxes out at 4K 60fps for the primary camera and 4K 30fps for the selfie shooter. The output is stabilized when shooting at 4K as well as 1080p, and you do have the option to switch between the three rear cameras while shooting. The Galaxy Note 10 Lite does a good job at stabilizing video. This device is powered by a 4500 mAh battery with 25 watt fast charging support.